So it's just designed for the morning. So if you look at the topic today, we're talking about the turbulent interface of competition law and IPR, the challenges ahead. As the topic, as the title is so self-explanatory, as you go around the world today, three things are absolutely evident. Number one, that we need competition for growth, and there can be no compromises on that particular issue. That's number one. And number two, that if you want competition, innovation is an absolute must, and that's what we are talking about. And the moment there's innovation, okay, there's going to be a cutthroat issue of whether who is ahead and who stays behind. Speed is important, strategy is important, and there's a lot of give and take that's going to happen across in terms of transactions. And therefore, when you come to the whole issue of intellectual property rights, where we are talking about monopolies, the question is that do intellectual property rights, do they actually complement issues in competition, or are they contrary? And if you look at these issues, as far as United States is concerned, the competition, the whole aspect of competition in statutory terms has been about 70 years old. In Europe, it's about 60 plus years old. In India, it's 6 years old. So we're talking about 6, 60, and 70. It's very interesting. And so we are really going to discuss this across the last 7 decades, what has happened, and more particularly in India in the last few, let's say about last 3 years or 4 years, things have developed very rapidly. And we need to catch up with the world, number one. And number two, we need to create a framework that's very important, both in policy terms and operational terms. So today's panel that we have, a very eminent panel, we have experts from India and we have experts from Europe. And so we'll be looking at 2 jurisdictions very, very carefully in terms of what has happened and what is likely to happen in the coming decade in the area of competition and IPR. And therefore, without losing much time, let me invite our first speaker. And the first speaker is Lakshmi Kumaran. Lakshmi Kumaran needs absolutely no introduction, I assume, to this audience. However, Lakshmi Kumaran has been one of the very lead litigators and IP professional in India, well known for all his contributions across the globe. And of course, we have been friends for the last, must be 25 odd years that we have been sort of sharing a large number of